My name is B. I was invited by Laura, who is working for Humanities Truck, and we are cohortees together at the MAPPA program at AU. I did record this just now, and I got to 7.5 minutes, and I realized that that is not approximately 5 minutes. So I'm going to try to do this again. So COVID-19 has impacted me in a little bit of like a different way than I think probably people my age, just because my financial status and my just kind of predicament is a little different. So, first off, I am an independent student, so I don't have any contact with my family. I'm just out here floating and vibing. And also, I was really sick from November to around mid-January, um, and we still don't know what's going on. My doctors speculate that perhaps I caught COVID, and since being in and out of the hospitals, doctors, urgent cares, nobody knew what was going on, they think that perhaps it was COVID and it just was untreated, and now I just have boo-boos. So, we're trying to figure that out. So if I have vocal fry, aka I sound like a chain smoker, or if I sound breathy, that is just part of it. Um, so, on the one hand, being sick throughout COVID-19 has been terrifying, and thinking about the fact that I potentially could have spread COVID-19 to a ton of people, it makes me so sad, and that was something that I had to grapple with personally for a really long time. I was working 65 hours a week um, until the world closed, even through my sickness, which it was like so debilitating that I would have to take weeks off because I literally could not do anything. And then I would just pick up and start working again because I had no other option. So it is very hard to think about the fact that I was working in an optometrist office, I was an Uber driver, I was working on campus, I was doing all of these things, and I was working 65 hours a week while being a student. All of these jobs are in very close quarters, uh, and to think about the fact that I potentially spread this infection, this disease, it kind of eats me up inside sometimes. That might be a little too deep, but we're talking about COVID, so so that happened, and then also not knowing what's going on, not knowing about like what's happening to me physically, that's terrifying. Um, it just it comes and it goes, right? Like not being able to breathe, not being able to talk, like walking up stairs or like swimming or like playing with my dog and my heart starts palpitating because I can't breathe. Like that's scary. Because I'm really active with my dog, and so like that sort of life change really bamboozled me. Um and also like the financial aspect. Looks like I'm going to be talking for a little while, but I'm going to try to speed it up. The financial aspect of being unemployed, I've been working since I was 15. Um, and then having to fight through unemployment, having to figure all that out, and then moving across the country, moving 16 hours away from Kansas City to DC, and having to do that for grad school. That was already a plan, that was already something that I had built in that was just happening. And having to do that in the middle of a pandemic, and that's just awful. But what has kept me going is just like there are so many great people out there, And I mean, there's a lot of shitty people out there. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse in this, but there's a lot of awful people out there. But it makes the people who are beautiful and wonderful so much shinier and great and wholesome. And honestly, what kept me going the longest was being able to go to a field somewhere in the middle of nowhere with my dog and just like see her prance around and like explore the flowers and just have fun. And sometimes I would just lay in a field and like cry, like looking at the sky because it made me feel human. And part of COVID, which is what I'm hoping that we can learn and take forward, is that I had lost my humanity in this capitalistic, repetitive nightmare that we're living in. Nobody should be working 65 hours a week to barely scrape by while going to school full time. Nobody should do that. Nobody should be killing themselves physically to live in an apartment infested with asbestos. Like, nobody should be doing that. And I got to reconnect with nature, and I just hope that we can take the humanity that we found in COVID forward. But who knows? I've gone over 6 minutes, so I'm gonna end this. Okay, bye!